magical.
Madness.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Coffee Talk Friday.
Happy Coffee Talk Friday.
It is a coffee talk, so it's going to be a quick episode and it's going to be filled with nostalgia, spoilers, and we're going to talk about in Coffee Talks Disney movies or shows or just topics that are quick, bring us a little bit of nostalgia and
Some happiness.
a little bit of fun, and
We'll drink our coffee while we talk.
we'll drink our coffee. So get
Hence
a
the
cup
name.
of coffee and join us for today's topic, which I think it's worth maybe a big cup of coffee, even though we have
Our little guys.
We have our little cappuccinos today, but because it's a big adventure.
Okay.
And this one is probably more nostalgic for you because I've only just seen it for the first time very recently.
Okay.
Probably within the last couple of years. And I wonder
might know what
if
this
you
is, yeah.
think you know what it is.
I think I do.
Today's topic is going to be National Treasure,
National Treasure.
starring Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Man,
The man of controversy, I feel like.
really? I love him.
Well, I feel like either you love him or hate him.
Oh, well, I
You
love
tend to like movie characters or actors that a lot of people don't like.
Well, I love Nick Cage, and I've loved him in pretty much anything he's in.
Wow, okay.
And I'd never seen that movie before. I've never seen.
That was surprising to me when you said you hadn't seen it.
I actually never really heard of it, or that
Yeah.
was never. And National Treasure. We're gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. That was my.
It might be
Nick
one of the
Cage.
most unrealistic movies you could ever see, but it brings me back to my childhood big time. I used to love that. I watched that movie all the time.
So you watched that movie growing up a lot.
I did. Yeah, it was a big one for me.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it when we watched it. It was.
It's great.
I thought, I don't know, he convinced me. I
Got some
thought
history
maybe
in
I
there.
could go steal the Declaration of Independence after that
Yeah.
and find treasure.
Mhm.
The thing about this movie is no one really, I don't feel like there's a lot of people that talk about it. So maybe
No, I
that's
feel like
why
it's
I
kinda
never
just
heard
forgotten.
of it before.
I don't know if it's because Nicolas Cage is in it. Or-
Do people like really not like him? I don't know.
oh yeah.
I really
There's-
like
yeah.
him. I think he's great. And I loved this movie. And it was such an early 2000s style. That's
Yep.
the main thing I took away from it when
Yeah.
we watched it together maybe a year ago. The pants, the outfits, because he changes a lot in it because he has
Yeah.
to like disguise himself.
Yep.
So I just think the outfits
Yeah.
were
Classic
incredible.
early 2000s. Yeah.
I loved it. And I loved the adventure part of it. I don't know, just like
Yeah.
there was a lot of stakes in it, but also at the same time it didn't feel like an action movie.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like when I put it in the same category as like Indiana Jones, The Mummy, like
Yeah.
those movies that have this
It's like a treasure hunt, clues,
and yeah, and
these puzzles you got to figure out.
it was
and-
like he's a pirate, but he's not a pirate because he's just looking for the Declaration of Independence because he wants a treasure.
Yep.
And then my question for you is, did we watch the second movie? Did we watch both of them? Or does the first movie have his dad in it too?
What?
There's two of them, aren't there?
No.
There's not two
I don't think so.
National Treasures? Okay, so
I don't think so.
is his... Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if there's a second one, it's probably real bad.
No, I think...
Probably bad.
No, I think there's two of them. Unless his
I can
first...
try it.
His
Look it up.
first one has the dad in it.
Yeah.
Okay, and because the dad was the one that was going, like, that told him about the treasure, basically.
It's like
'cause
their
his dad was.
It's like their family like lineage. It's like this treasure kind of goes back to like their family lineage in some way.
And they've been looking for it for a long time.
Yeah.
And then the guy, like, there's like the guy that he thinks is his friend at the beginning. And then that guy like stabs him in the back and.
Not to bring up Lord of the
takes-
Rings again, but he plays Boromir in Lord of the Rings.
Yes, That is why I could not think
That's
of
probably
who it
why
was.
you like this
That's
movie.
why I like this
Yeah.
movie, because it does go back to Lord of the Rings. And that was a movie from your nostalgia, like from your childhood, that I had never watched. And then
Fun
I
fact,
watched it. And
Lord
it
of
was
the
one
Rings was my
favorite.
first PG-13 movie I ever watched. I had to call my parents and be like, hey, can I watch this? And they said, okay.
I wish that that was mine.
Yeah.
That would have been incredible.
Yeah.
Is National Treasure rated PG? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It was by Disney.
I don't see anything in it that would make it PG-13.
But there's like no one talks about this
A little bit of
movie.
violence and some gunshots, but no one. I don't think
Does anybody
anyone
even
gets shot.
die?
No, I don't think so.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe just kill Boromir in every movie he's in.
I don't think
Because
he
he's
dies.
the bad guy always.
He gets arrested at the very end.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
I don't remember much from this movie besides him changing his outfit all the time. I remember really liking it. And he went to like a party and he got all dressed up. And then he went to go and get a map out of like the like gift shop of a
Yeah.
place. Those
Yeah.
those are the things that I remember, and I remember
He replaced.
afterwards
No,
he replaced
he got
the
a
real
backup.
one with the one from the toy shop or the gift shop.
I can't remember. He got a backup from the gift shop though. I know that.
Because then after that, I was thinking, man, I really want to go to a museum in Washington D.C. and buy a map or the fake Declaration of Independence
Yeah.
from one of these, so I can just have it up all the time.
Yeah.
And just the concept of this is just wild.
It's so yeah. He's stealing the Declaration of Independence because there's a map on the back
yeah.
or some invisible writing
Yes.
that is supposed to lead him to this treasure, and he has a whole setup at his home ready to take it back there, and they catch on to him. He realizes I can't go back home. He goes to his dad's house, and they realize they can like expose this ink with like lemon juice or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he had his friend, whose name Riley, I think.
It's like Ryan. I think the dude looks straight up like a Ryan. But I think it's a Ryan. I think his name's Ryan.
I loved him.
Yeah, he was my favorite. He's my favorite guy in the movie.
He was so nerdy,
Yeah.
but like also so funny.
Yeah.
Like he's just like with these one-liners. He was great.
Yeah,
And then
and the jeans with the
jeans. Yeah.
blazer and the t-shirt. Classic 2000s.
And so like my absolute so I think we watched this for the first time. It was either last year or the year before. I watched it for the first time.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing I took away from it, I love this movie. I love the clothes.
Yeah.
And this is just wild that this is a movie that everyone should see this movie. That's
Yeah.
what I thought afterwards.
And you like your early 2000s stuff too.
Oh, I love
So it
anything
kinda was
early
right up your-
2000s.
right
yeah.
up your alley.
And the girl in it, all of a sudden he's just falling in love with this girl. They have no kind of history or anything. She's just there. She wants to steal the Declaration of Independence as well.
No, she was trying to stop him from doing it, and then she kind of got sucked into all of it, and then realized what was going on, and eventually just kind of got curious and ended up wanting to help him out. But she was initially trying to stop him in some way. Again, that's been I think I watched a little bit of it when you were watching it last time, but I didn't watch a lot of it. So
No, I don't think so. And this was around the time that I watched National Treasure, all of the Indiana Jones movies.
Oh, yep.
And The Mummy all at the same time, probably within like the same week or 2 weeks.
I remember that. Yeah.
And like that was my goal, to finish all of these movies that I have never seen before. And I think National Treasure was my least favorite out of all
really?
of those. So
Yeah.
I think that one was like, I just forget a lot of that happened.
Yeah.
But all I remember thinking afterwards was, I want to watch this again. I want to steal the National Treasure. the the Declaration of Independence.
Those movies make me wish like a real life treasure hunt was possible.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know.
Like, why don't they have something like that?
Yeah.
Like, you know how you have an escape room? Like, why can't there be like a treasure room?
I bet you something like that exists somewhere.
It would be very
But I mean
similar.
like real life. Like there's somewhere underground that some ancient civilization buried treasure and you could go find it.
But so I think there's actually a lot more movies that are like that, where it's like this ancient, like otherworldly. Nothing is like National Treasure, where it's just the Declaration of Independence, which everybody knows, and then like that's actually hidden
and this
back
one
there.
all takes place in like America, most of it. Where like all these other treasure movies are like Egyptian or
they go to like different
Middle East.
countries and all these things. This is all in America, and it's just a crazy concept.
Yeah.
And why is there not more stuff about it? I don't understand. Like this could be in Adventureland or
True.
Liberty Square.
Yeah.
You got all the presidents in there. Why don't we have the National Treasure Museum in there?
Who knows, man?
And then there's just a huge picture of Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Just his
I
face.
would go see that. Or an animatronic of Nicolas Cage. And then the next one is Nicolas Cage animatronic in a different outfit from this movie. And the next one is
I don't want to see that. I wouldn't go and see that.
I'd pay money to see that. That'd be great. But
I don't think it's gonna happen though.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just like, did it not hit? Did nobody like this movie? Or
No, I think it was pretty popular. I think it was
Was it
popular when I was a
pretty
kid, yeah. I feel like all my friends were talking about it and knew about it.
have you ever tried to go find, like, after watching this movie? Because I watched this movie as an adult.
Yeah.
So as a kid, you're watching this. Did you go try to use the lemon juice trick
No.
on back of papers?
Never did.
And, oh, that sounds so
Yeah.
sad.
I don't know if that's real though.
What do you mean?
Like, is that possible? What they were like, is there ink that you can?
Well, I know there's disappearing ink. Did you never have that as a kid?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Well,
then
there's
you
that
would, like-
Office episode where Dwight puts a hidden message on the back of a paper and you can uncover it with urine.
What
Remember
if,
that?
What if that was the actual like beginning storyline of National Treasure? It was supposed to be
Yeah, you would lose everyone's.
uncovered with urine, and Disney was like, "No, lemon juice."
Yeah, let's change it to another
A different form of liquid.
same color, but
Like this was the actual what they actually wanted, and then it got changed. As a rewrite.
yeah.
It's fine.
But
I
man,
think
yeah.
there's a second one though. And
I don't. We'll have to look it up after this because I honestly, for some
I
reason,
thought
it's
that
not
we
ringing a
watched
bell.
it, but I thought that one had more of his dad in it. But I very much remember his dad, like him going into the apartment with his dad, and he didn't really like his dad. They weren't like close. They didn't talk.
His dad was like disappointed that he's still chasing this treasure.
Which is very surprising
Yeah.
because it's like you guys. His dad did it as well, so I don't know why he wasn't doing it.
I think he started in his mind. He realized that this thing doesn't exist. There's one clue leads to another clue, and it's kind of like a never-ending thing.
Yeah, it's odd to think that his dad didn't want to be a part of it, especially with all of the other movies. I feel like it is like the dad that was doing it and he died doing it. And didn't the Boromir character, didn't he hurt his dad or like take his dad or something?
He did. Or it was the girl.
The girl that he fell in love with?
Yeah. He kind of took one of them hostage in a way. Chris Pratt's a little restless right
He's
now.
being just a little bit restless.
Just hang with us for a little bit.
Just another minute, okay, buddy?
He's for sure getting hungry. It's about his lunchtime.
Yeah, it is. Oh man, I think we're gonna have to call this an episode. But yeah, this was a little bit about National Treasure.
Yeah.
I think we need to re-watch it because I don't think we remember as much as we'd like to about it.
Yeah, we'll rewatch it. If there's a second one, we'll watch the second one. But I don't
There's
know
a
if there
second
is.
one. I think we need to go check this out.
Yeah,
And watch it again. I also think there's a show on Disney Plus that they like redid National Treasure with
this
like
is
new characters.
really surprising to me that I'm just now finding out about this.
Maybe we have to dive deep into some National Treasure and come back to Coffee Talk after
Maybe
we
there'll be
watch National Treasure.
a National Treasure Part 2.
We should have all of the National Treasures.
Yeah, I like it. But man, that brings you back.
Yeah.
I'm 30 years old. I'm trying to think when I watched that. Or when that
For
came
the
out.
first
It was like
time?
before high school for sure.
It came out in 2004.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's way before your high
Way
school.
before high school. I was 10 years old when that came out.
I can't believe that the first time I had seen it was last year, so I was a full adult watching it, and like this is what you grew up watching. And I just wonder, this is just a side thing, as we go through marriage, how many more movies and shows are gonna come up like that, and we're gonna watch them and be like, well, why didn't I watch this as a kid?
Well, I doubt there's going to be many that I've seen that you haven't.
It's gonna be more me.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be a lot more me, but like it's
The mostly
oh,
me,
you
yeah.
didn't watch this?
Right.
But it's just funny how your like one series that you watched all the time as a kid ended up being my favorite series I've ever watched. Like it's Lord of the Rings is what I'm talking about, not National Treasure, I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for Coffee
We'll have
Talk.
to do maybe one episode. We'll have to veer away from Disney and do a Lord of the Rings.
Well,
episode.
I've already technically they did put Hulu on Disney Plus, so technically is Hulu Disney now, which means Twilight's on there. Anyways,
maybe you can fudge it a little bit here.
that's it for Coffee Talk for today. So grab your cup of coffee and hopefully you don't have a restless dog like we do at
ours.
this Coffee Talk.
Well, next time we'll feed him lunch before we do this.
Yes, we will have to do that.
Yeah.
And that's it for today.
Join us next Friday.
Join us next Friday.
And we got a new episode coming out on Monday.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.